a report on the activities of the command from January to this present moment in 2024. And we are doing this in compliance with the directive of the Comptroller General of Customs that commands give periodic reports on the activities to members of the public, and this is to be done in the spirit of open governance. And so we at SEME Joint Border Post are delighted to present the successes that we recorded thus far in the year 2024. In the area of revenue, the command has continued to sustain the tempo, and in the period under review, we have collected a total sum of 2,634,190,645 naira 3 kobo only. This amount surpasses the amount collected for the same period in 2023 by 272%. In exports, the command facilitated 143,468 metric tons of export produce with an FOB value of 35,199,971,097 naira 7 kobo, which is an equivalent of 38,461,397.39. The net value paid on these exported items amounted to 174,518,464 naira 82 kobo. Also for exports, we processed 406 SGDs processed between the period January to May 26, 2024. In anti-smuggling activities, our enforcement unit has sustained its anti-smuggling momentum in all nooks and crannies of the command. This onslaught has translated into 474 interceptions of various contraband and items prohibited by fiscal policy within the period under review. And these items that were seized include 12,448 jerry cans, 30 liters each, of premium motor spirit. And this is the equivalent of 8 tanker loads. If you know, a tanker load is about 45,000 liters of fuel. We also confiscated 6,467 bags, 50 kg rice, also the equivalent of about 10 trailer loads. In vehicles, we made interventions that resulted in the seizure of 15 used vehicles. And of particular note, and I want members of the press to take note of this, is what we've noticed in the area of the illicit trade in narcotics. The command made seizures of 1,251 parcels of cannabis sativa. We note that there has been a marked increase in the illegal importation of cannabis, especially from Ghana. And different methods have been used by criminals in their effort to beat our officers. All of these efforts have been neutralized. Ghana has been identified as a veritable hub for the transition, or as a transit point for movement of illicit drugs, and we know that one of their major destinations is Nigeria. The command also made arrests of wild animals, about 20 live parrots, 2 honey badgers, 2 pelican birds, and 404 live tortoises. As you are well aware, some particular animals and fauna are protected under the Convention on Illicit Trade in Endangered Species, otherwise known as CITES, and we have been, very, very particular about this project. We have made it clear to all potential traders in these particular items, that semi-cracked joint border posts cannot be used as a transit point either for import or export of endangered species. Other items confiscated include about 3,023 general merchandise, 149 packages of codeine, and 45 packages of used tires. All of these items have a combined duty paid value of 840,003,646 naira only. A total of 18 suspects were arrested in connection with these seizures. 11 of them were granted administrative bail, while 3 were handed over to NDLA for further agency action. 1 was handed over to the Nigerian police, while 4 suspects are still in our custody, awaiting release under bail, or they'll be taken to court for further prosecution. We also recently arrested a notorious smuggler whose reign of terror in this area has fortunately come to an end. There are particular individuals who think themselves to be above the law, and they have wreaked a lot of havoc. They have caused bodily injuries, bodily harm to a lot of our officers, and have posed a threat to the officers' capability to perform their lawful duties. And we want to assure the public that this person will be used as an example, so that others who may have been incentivized by his actions will take note and know that they will, when they are caught, will be made to face the full wrath of the law. The command has also set up a complaint desk to address issues concerning the molestation of females on this corridor. Recently, we got a report from a visiting team from ECOWAS that there had been reported cases of females using the Lagos-Abidjan corridor, especially the Lagos-SEME corridor, and that some of these stakeholders, the users of this road, have been subjected to some form of molestation or the other. Even though we've not been able to verify or identify individual cases in this regard, it is serious enough for us to warrant to take proactive measures. And that is why we set up this desk, and the numbers, the nodal officers will be identified, the numbers clearly displayed, so that any female or anybody at all who gets harassed, either sexually or otherwise, in the course of their going about their lawful businesses, will make that report here at SEME to the Customs Public Relations Office, and that person will definitely get justice, because we frown at any act whatsoever by any agency or its personnel that would capitalize on its powers to molest innocent citizens. We strongly frown at these acts or acts that will endanger the health and well-being of vulnerable population of border stakeholders who go about their normal and legitimate businesses daily. Stringent action shall be taken against any officer of any agency found guilty of molestation of any females, or indeed any other stakeholder that uses this corridor for their legitimate businesses. Lastly, we would like to appreciate the profound cooperation of other government agencies in pursuing the peace, safety, and security of our borders. Special mention will be made of the efforts of officers and men of the Nigerian Army, Air Force, and Navy, who have stood shoulder to shoulder with us in this battle.
I said there are so many methods. You know, the minute you discover one method, they will shift to another method. They've used all kinds of things. We've seen them carry it in kegs, like oil, specially designed kegs. We've seen them carry them like babies, wrapped up like they're carrying children. We've seen them, you know, in all kinds of means of conveyance, all with intention to fool customs, but it hasn't been successful so far. We know that there are other methods that may be successful for a while, but when we hit them hard.